before I start this video, a week before Christmas, I lost one of my best friends in the world. He was like a brother to me. Lost my friend Thomas Matlock, and 46 years old. Um, and it really upset me because me and Thomas had been friends for so long, and we spent a lot of years hanging out. We spent a lot of years, being like family, and some of the funnest moments I had in my life was when me and him was, and this was before capping meant lying, or cap meant lie, but capping back when we would do it meant making fun of each other. And me and him would always make fun of each other every time we see each other. We'd go at it like almost all freaking day long, just capping on each other. But rest in peace, Thomas. Send your thoughts and prayers out to his family, his wife Cassie, and his kids. I believe he's got like 7. Yeah. So rest in peace, my brother. And when I get up in heaven, first thing I'm going to do after I reunite with some of my family I want to reunite with, go find you and start capping on you. Rest in peace, my friend. Ow. This crown on my head. This thing is going to be the crown that the winner of tonight's video gets. And it's the King of Rap video. But before I do the drawing, because I'm going to do a random drawing. Before I do the drawing, I'll talk about a few rap topics. Talk about some of the people that are on this list. And all that. And then at the end of the video, my assistant, my lovely assistant, my wife, will shake up the bucket and pull out the name and give it to me, and I'll read which name it is, and then I'll show you guys what name it is. But, oh, Junior, what are you doing? Get on the bed. But anyway, so yeah, that's how it's going to go tonight. Hello. Hello. Finally back, break's over. Time to crown a king of rap. But anyway, I want to say one thing though. I did add 3 people who didn't get any votes. What did I say? I don't know. What, just a minute ago? I talked about we're going to crown a king of rap. If that's what. Oh, cool. But, yeah. What? Biceps are bigger than mine? You know what, though? You may have bigger biceps than me, but you know what? Can't compete with me with triceps. No. Hello, yeah. Hi. Can't compete with me with triceps. Is that my freaking nephew, Gregory? No. Nah. Can't compete with me with triceps. Anyway. So I did have 3 rappers on that didn't get any votes because I feel like they deserve to be in this conversation because of their contributions to rap and how they brought some mainstream attention to some of the world of rap. So, yeah. So I put LL Cool J on. He didn't get no votes. He got beat out by Tone Loc, which was kind of funny because I'm like, my whole big thing was going to be poo poo pee pee. I don't know what that means. But, got beat up by Tone Loc, which I was going to make a whole joke about how Tone Loc, was going to be the underdog to win the King of Rap. But, when I put up the poll and he beat out LL Cool J, I'm like, well, maybe I can't do that joke now. Maybe I still can. Anyway, I also put Master P on because Master P contributed a lot to frickin' No Limit. If you were listening to rap in the late 90s, you were listening to No Limit or Cash Money. But mainly No Limit. And then I had to put Biggie Smalls because of the, if it wasn't for his and Tupac's feud in the mid-90s, rap wouldn't have got the mainstream attention it did in the mid-90s because of the Tupac-Biggie feud. Everybody was talking about rap around the time the Tupac-Biggie feud happened. But you know what? Unfortunately, both those guys got killed before they could see where things go. And man, I'll tell you what. So yeah, I did add Biggie and Tupac. But people that didn't get votes, the other people that didn't get votes, I did not put on. So you won't be getting no big pun. So you won't be hearing, I'm not a player, I just crush a lot of women that I lay on. Because that's what Big Pun would do if he lay on women. He'd crush them. Anyway. But, you know. Also, you know, I also want to do the tribute to Thomas because I know I was doing this King of Rap video. So, yeah. But, oh, cool. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about a few of the rappers that are on the list. Like Tone Loc with, you know, one of his big songs being Wild Thing. Wild Thing. Dun, 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 dun. Wild Thing. Hey, hey. There's also a Surf Ninjas. He's the one that said brothers don't surf. I actually know somebody that looks like a broke down version of Tone Loc. I'm not going to say who though. He's a broke down version of Tone Loc. I know him. Anyway, let's see. So let's talk about, you know, Tupac Biggie feud, because golly, that was like one of the biggest things that happened in the 90s too rap. You know. Now, apparently on the freaking documentary they just did for Diddy, apparently he admitted to having Tupac killed, which I'm not shocked because, you know, I've theorized for years that, you know, Suge Knight and Puff Daddy, I'm just going to call him Puff Daddy because Diddy sounds so stupid, that Suge Knight and Puff Daddy both conspired not only to start the beef between Tupac and frickin' Biggie Smalls, but also to have him killed. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, Suge Knight, I believe, was involved in some kind of organized crime in that. So, yeah. And we've seen what Puff Daddy's become. I mean, he shot up nightclubs. He's a fan of baby oil. Yeah. He's freaking crazy. And, you know, I kind of came to this theory after I saw the movie Notorious. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm like, I don't think it was just Suge Knight. Also, Suge Knight says, even if he knew who killed Tupac, which he knows who killed Tupac, he wouldn't tell him even if he knew, even though they were supposed to be like brothers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you got someone that's supposed to be like your brother, you want to see that person serve justice no matter what. But I always conspired Suge Knight had something to do with it. But then after I saw Notorious, I'm like, you know what? I think Puff and frickin' Suge Knight orchestrated all this. Because they knew it would get a lot of media attention. They knew their rappers would make a lot of money off of this beef. And the reason why I think they both had them killed is because they knew, like, yeah, these guys are hot right now. But you know what? We'll make even more money off of them if they're gone and dead. So, that's why I think that, you know, Suge Knight and Puff Daddy had something to do with Biggie and Tupac both getting killed. And they probably conspired together secretly behind closed doors, even though they acted like they didn't like each other in person. It was all an act. Donald Trump, what the heck? What's Donald Trump got to do with Tupac and Biggie? I don't know. Well, maybe you're saying Donald Trump might have did it? Who knows? He did fake his own assassination while he was running for president for a second term, so I don't know. But I don't get into politics, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. Anyway, he planted two, you know, but anyway. Like I said, I don't get into politics. I don't talk about all that stuff. But now let's talk about Master P. And let's talk about the most underrated and the best Master P song ever. And that is Captain Kirk. Come on now. Everybody knows. Welcome to Delicious. Yeah, I can. I gotta figure out how to do it, but yeah, I can do that. Anyway. But, you know, Master P's greatest song. It's not Make 'Em Say, It's not About It. It's not Mr. Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice Cream Man. It is Captain Kirk. I'm being silly. That's why I want to get Ghetto D, because I don't have Ghetto D, but yeah. Captain Kirk. Best Master P song ever. No matter what anybody says, say the greatest, most underrated Master P song is Captain Kirk, can you save me? Oh, yeah. Make America great again. Like I said, I'm not political. I don't get into the politics stuff. But anyway, my wife does, but I don't. I'm not a fan of politics. I think the last great president we had was Bill Clinton. Not because he got a little something something from Monica Lewinsky either. Things were better when Clinton ran things, but outside of that, that's the last great president we had. Anyway, yeah. Did anybody ever find out what make them say means anyway? I mean, is it some kind of code that Master P uses? I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know. I mean, like Hootie Hoo, that's the Code of the Killer. We all know Hootie Hoo's the Code of the Killer. From the last TRU album they put out. I think it did not too long after that. No Limit kind of disappeared. They lost rappers like Mystical and that, even though we know what Mystical's done, since No Limit days. But anyway, see. Although I guess I'll go into talking about Ice-T and that now, because Ice-T, him and frickin' MC Hammer at first, MC Hammer was beating Ice-T, but now it's even with Ice-T and MC Hammer. And MC Hammer has Hammer Time, but Ice-T, I completely forgot, because I ain't heard it in a while. I forgot Ice-T did Colors, the song for the movie Colors. I forgot he did that song. But, you know what? Ice-T was a pretty good rapper back in the day. I like him better as an actor. He was alright as a rapper. Yo Hip Hop showed a few of his videos, but I think he was, I think, as an actor, he's a little bit better. People might say the opposite for Ice Cube, like maybe he's a better rapper than actor, but I don't know. There's some Ice Cube movies that I do like. Boys in the Hood, Players Club. One of my favorite movies is The Players Club. Especially Yay Yay, we be clubbing. Butchered these songs. We be clubbing. Anyway, but yeah, I love The Players Club. Bro. Come on, what? Oh, okay, yeah. All right. But yeah, I was going to talk about who I think the greatest rap group is. I know we've had NWA, we've had Public Enemy, we've had frickin' 3-6 Mafia, Bone Thugs, I guess Beastie Boys, even though Beastie Boys sounds like a rock group, but they are rap, apparently. ICP, now they do sound like rap. JME. Alright, who's JME? What's JME short for? Anyway, yeah. And I think the greatest rap group, I'm kind of a fan of Bone. I like Bone the best. Now, 3-6 Mafia is good. NWA, Public Enemy, especially NWA, they were freaking icons in rap back in the day. Oh, UK rapper. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll have to check him out on one of my videos down the road. Yeah, I'll check him out. Yeah. I heard there's this one rapper my brother-in-law was telling me. There's one rapper that sounds just like Biggie Smalls. Yeah. Yeah, I'll check him out. I'll give him a watch and see if I like his stuff or not. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to do a live reaction of it. But, yeah. But yeah, I like Bone. I like a lot of their songs. I like NWA as well. And you know, they're just awesome. But I kind of like Bone a little bit better. NWA is great and all. Not saying they're not. I like them. That's just my opinion. I like Bone. They're my favorite rap group out there. Not a big fan of ICP. Beastie Boys, I think, is rock. Uh, Apparently, New Kids on the Block is rock. Cause I've seen on Yo Hip Hop a couple times they played New Kids on the Block. I'm like, what? How? No. I know Donnie Wahlberg was a part of them. Ah, thank you. Appreciate that. Um, but yeah, you know, how are the frickin' New Kids on the Block rap? I mean, seriously. You take New Kid. I thought they were a pop band, like frickin' NSYNC or whatever. But I guess they're rap too. But yeah. Um, Tell you what, MC Hammer. I guess you could say he's probably a top contender because of the fact that he's like one of those big name rappers that was mainstream like back in the 80s and 90s, mainly the 90s, especially with songs like You Can't Touch This and all that. But yeah, they did the Addams Family song for the Addams Family movie, which the first two movies are good, but then any Addams Family movie after that is just hot garbage. I mean, seriously. But yeah. Easy E, I'll tell you what, he sure did get mad at Snoop. Sure did get mad at Dr. Dre when he left frickin' NWA to go to Death Row. I saw the video where he was bashing him. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Um, who do you guys think should be queen of rap? I mean, we're going to crown the king a little bit later on in the video. Who do you think should be queen? I mean, you got all kinds of female rappers out there. You got Mercedes, you got Lil' Kim, Faith, Mary J. Blige, Erykah Badu. Got all kinds of female rappers out there that could possibly be queen of the rap. But, you know, I don't know. Who you guys think would win that if, you know. That'd be a tough one. You also got, like, Eve and all that stuff out there, too, that was, like, Aaliyah. Yeah. Um, yeah, but who do you think would win the, you know, yeah, I think even, yeah, did I say Faith already? Yeah, I think I did. And there's a few other female rappers, like the one that sung Buffalo Sauce and a couple other ones. DLC, if you want to count a group. Yeah, that's why I decided to go king with rap, and that's why it was mainly single rappers. It wasn't like two. I do have a few Wu-Tang members on there, like freaking ODB, who didn't get voted on. I also had Method Man. He did get voted on. Uh, but yeah. Let's see. Who else should I talk about? Talk about Snoop Dogg, the Dog Father. He's still rapping to this day. I mean, seriously. Like, he's like, what, around his 60s or so? And I think, you know, one of my favorite Snoop Dogg songs, of course, Gin and Juice. I like the one song he did for his movie Hood of Horrors. He's had some pretty good songs out there. One song I hate is Black and Yellow because he's advertising the frickin' Steelers. Screw it, fuck the Steelers. They suck. They can't even get their quarterback situation right. Right now they're counting on washed up Aaron Rodgers to win. But you know what? People are fans of what they're fans of. I'm a Colts fan, and we've sucked for, like, ever since we lost Peyton Manning, so I can't say too much. Even though I do taunt the Bengals fans, that gives me joy every NFL season. Especially when it's to a point where my Colts have just totally sucked. So, yeah. Yeah. So I can't bash too many people for their fandom. Snoop Dogg likes the Steelers, but I don't like the Steelers. But, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Another rapper that I think has a good chance to win is Busta Rhymes. I didn't realize he was around for so long. I've been, like I said, I've been watching Yo Hip Hop every Tuesday for like past 6 months or so. They showed a Busta Rhymes video where he was like young, and he was with some group. I forgot the name of the group, but yeah. Something I should have put on this thing. I should have put Wyclef Jean, because he's been gone till November for long enough. I don't know. I know he's a part. I know a while back I did a thing called, creepy songs. Creepy songs, and I had this one song that Wyclef Jean sung with some other dude, and it's got a creepy looking horde ornament on it, which is just crazy. And like, the thing blows up. Other person that could probably fit for Queen of Rap would be Missy Elliott. She's been a pretty big name. She's done a lot of songs over the years. But yeah, Busta Rhymes. I've loved a lot of the stuff Busta Rhymes has done. Some of the movies he's done, except for one. And I don't care if Busta Rhymes does any movies, because like when he was in the Shaft movie in 2000 with Samuel L. Jackson, he did pretty good in that movie. And then I had just seen him recently in the new Naked Gun remake, or sequel, or whatever you want to call it. But just don't put him in another Halloween movie. Halloween Resurrection is still the worst Halloween movie out there. And I kind of was rebelling against Busta Rhymes for a bit. I still love him as a rapper because he's a great rapper. But yeah, man. Busta Rhymes. I love his Knight Rider song. I love Give Me Some Mo. I love a lot of his songs. Just don't star in any more of my favorite horror franchises, okay, Busta? Just keep the rapping. If you do want to do movies, you can do movies like Shaft and that. That's fine. Just don't play no more Halloween movies, please. LL Cool J and H2O did a pretty good job. Busta Rhymes, oh boy, that movie was just terrible. It wasn't just Busta Rhymes. It was freaking the main girl of the freaking movie. All the other main characters of that movie sucked. But the thing I hated the most was when they had Busta Rhymes' character Freddy punk out Michael Myers. In one of the older movies, if that was Halloween 1 through 4, Freddy would have been dead. But this is Halloween Resurrection we're talking about. Hello. This is Halloween Resurrection we're talking about. Freddy wasn't getting killed. And then he beats him up with Busta Rhymes Kung Fu. That's why I came up when I reviewed Halloween Resurrection. I'm like, I'm going to give it a Busta Rhymes Kung Fu. Thank you for subscribing. A Busta Rhymes Kung Fu out of freaking 5. God, that movie's terrible. The worst Halloween. People want to say the freaking remakes are terrible. No, they're not. People want to say the kills and ends were terrible. No, they're not. The only terrible Halloween movie I've ever seen is Resurrection. Only terrible Halloween movie. And like I said, I love Busta Rhymes as a rapper, but I did not like him in Halloween Resurrection. Especially, like I said, if that was Halloween 1 through 4, Freddy would have been dead. I don't know. What do I wish for what? I don't know. But, yeah. I wish Busta Rhymes, I wish Halloween, you know what? I do wish for something. I wish Halloween Resurrection was never made. 1 million subs. Yeah. I'd like to get that one day. But, yeah. I wish we never had Halloween Resurrection ever. Because that was the worst Halloween movie. If they would have just went through and followed up with what happened with H2O, or if H2O would have been the last one ever, maybe, yeah. If Halloween H2O would have been the last one, I would have been fine with that. Well, the last one of the original timeline. Because, they had the Rob Zombie ones, and they had the newer ones, which I thought Kills was good, and I thought End was alright. Oh, cool. Thanks. But, yeah. I mean, I thought End was okay. I thought Kills was good. I thought it was best of the freaking new trilogy. But I didn't like 2018. And, and I've watched that guy Nick Lost River Drive-In. Yeah, I watch his channel. And his opinions about the one. Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah. Let's see, who haven't I talked about yet that's in this running? Oh yeah, Heavy D. Tell you what. I think Heavy D also did movies in that too. I guess. I've only heard him sing. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, might go 30, I don't know, might go 30 minutes or so. But I'll talk about Heavy D later. He's one of those rappers I don't know too much. Let's talk about Tupac, who I think is probably going to win this whole thing. Because, you know, Tupac's popularity is just so freaking big. I mean, it's so big. Thank you for the support. Yeah, listen to her. Or him. But, Tupac is, like, probably the most popular rapper out there. Got tongue-tied. And, you know, he's done movies. He's done, you know... He had the war with Biggie, you know. And not only has he done, like, small movies like some of these other rappers have, but, you know, he's done movies like Nothing But Trouble. Juice is one of the biggest movies ever, one of the best movies ever. He's also in Gang Related with James Belushi. Yeah, he's had a lot. He's even had a couple movies with He had a movie with Janet Jackson. You know, I think if Tupac was still alive today and he retired from rap, he'd probably be an actor. Because, you know, he transitioned well. He was a good rapper. Well, he was a great rapper. And he was a good... Oh, okay. Cool. But he was a good rapper. Not good, great. He was a great rapper. He was a good actor. And, you know, a lot of his movies were very enjoyable. Yeah. And when, you know, you've seen a lot of rappers that came up like DMX and that, which I was a big fan of DMX. Love DMX. He was the man. DMX always got compared to Tupac, because, you know, and that's the thing, too. That's also why I wanted to do this, is because DMX was so good at rapping, but he had all of his demons in that. But every time somebody would talk about DMX, they'd be like, man, he could be the next Tupac. I'm like, yeah, I hope he is the next Tupac. That's the thing too with rappers, like, that's why I think Tupac will win, because, you know, when a new rapper comes up and they sound great like Tupac did, he always gets compared to the next Tupac. Somebody always compares somebody to the next Tupac. I think Ja Rule got that comparison. DMX got that comparison. A couple other guys got that comparison. Jay-Z stole a song from him, which that song sucked. Him and Beyonce both stunk it up in that song, which is Me and My Girlfriend, although they called it Bonnie and Clyde. But it was the same lyrics as freaking Tupac's song on the Machiavelli 7 Day Theory with Me and My Girlfriend, which he was talking about his gun. He's like, all I need in my life, I say, is me and my girlfriend. Okay. But, and then frickin' Jay-Z, and then they just played that song Tuesday. I was getting so angry. I'm like, man, that frickin' hello. But, like, man, this song sucks. I'm not a big Jay-Z fan anyway. Beyonce, you know, I thought she looked good and all, but she's frickin' sucked in that song too. You know, you don't rip off a great rapper like Tupac. You know, Me and My Girlfriend was one of Tupac's best songs. I know some people might not like it. Some people probably skip over it. I like that song. It's one of my favorite songs on Machiavelli. But yeah. I hate the fact that Jay-Z frickin' stole a Tupac song. But then again, he was with Bad Boys. Oh, cool. He was with Bad Boys, and he was friends with Puff Daddy. So, of course, Puff Daddy was known for stealing songs. Yeah, also somebody didn't get no votes either is Mace. I think that Mace disappeared, after Biggie Pat was killed. They kind of, tried to build Mace up to be the next Biggie, but that wasn't going to happen. Because Mace was nowhere as good as Biggie. Especially when I hear that song, Bad, 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 Bad Boys. Like, yeah, that song sucks. Mace sucks. Biggie was still alive. Bad Boys would have been the top label. Hello. Acknowledge you. Okay, I will Roman Reigns. Although his name's not Roman Reigns. But yeah. Let's talk about Eminem and let's see. And Mystical and Dr. Dre and that real fast. Then I'm going to finally pick who's going to be the king of rap. Eminem, I'll tell you what. I was a big fan of Eminem when he first started. Like, his first few albums were really good. But after his first few, and even in, I think, what was it, Curtain Call? Because I didn't know he had one before the Slim Shady LP. But watching Goalie Boy, he freaking, did a whole discography on Eminem's rap discography window. But, I didn't know he had one called Ignite before that. I only knew about the Slim Shady Project, Marshall Mathers, Curtain Call, Relapse, and whatever his other ones were called. And like I said, Eminem started out good. And look, my favorite out of his first four, I love the Marshall Mathers LP. There's a lot of songs on that CD I liked a lot better than I did the Slim Shady LP. So I thought early Eminem, I thought his best album was freaking Marshall Mathers. I love the song Kim. It also has Stan on it. It has Way I Am, which I'm a big fan of Way I Am. And you know what? It kind of made, when Eminem did that song, he kind of seemed like he was a dick and ungrateful to the fans. And, was unhappy that he was popular because he was a rapper. But the thing was, you got into rap at a time when it was very hot. Of course the fans are going to crowd around you when they see you in public, even if you're eating with your family and that. What year? I think Ignite came out in 97. Is that what you're asking about? I mean, I can understand what you're saying, but he's got to realize too, he made that song and he got mad, but yeah, people want to, he wants to get mad at the people for crowding him when he's eating with his wife or when he's taking a shit, like he said in the video or the song, because they played the video a lot, but they edited out all the cussing in that. But, that's what you expect, because you joined rap at a time when rap was hot. And you're going to complain about the fans, and you're kind of being ungrateful to your fans and that. And, what do you expect? You became a popular rapper, and you came into rap at a hot time. The rap was hot, really, in the late 90s and early 2000s, then it kind of phased out. Because, newer rappers started sucking. Guys like Rick Ross, who, when I put him on a poll, I didn't put him up, but they were against weak competition. He freaking won. Or no, I don't even think it was weak competition. I think ODB was on that poll. And people chose Rick Ross. I'm like, are you serious? This guy's fake. He got all of his freaking, everything he rapped about was fake that he heard from other criminals in prison while he was a freaking security guard. Oh, cool. I'd like to visit the Philippines one time. But, guy was fake. But anyway, back to Eminem. And then, when you got toward Curtain Call and that, because after the Marshall Mathers LP, when you got a Curtain Call, he still had some good songs, but you could tell where Eminem was going toward the end of that CD because he started relying too much on comedy rap and all that. And, all of his other albums and that were kind of comedy songs. I know 3 a.m. in the morning was a comedy song. It was kind of a horror comedy song. Oh, that's cool. But yeah. Uh, Recovery. Yeah, that's another one of his albums. Recovery. But yeah, he just relied too much on comedy songs, and a lot of people say, "Well, he's a dick because he wouldn't freaking." Oh, but it was people say he was a dick because he freaking wouldn't let a Weird Al make fun of any of his songs. But then again, he's probably not just being a prick. He probably just thinks Weird Al's competition because a lot of his music after Marshall Mathers LP and Curtain Call were pretty much comedy songs, except for that one he did with Lil Wayne, which was a serious song, and a couple other songs. But you know, like Lose Yourself, that's a serious song. Hey, how you doing? Rick Bikes. But yeah. I mean, that's probably why you don't want Weird Al to make fun of his songs, because he's a comedy rapper now. I mean, seriously. I know he had some comedy songs in, Marshall Mathers LP and, Slim Shady LP and all that, but, they weren't as much as his later stuff, where it was mostly just comedy stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Eminem. Yeah, I'm live. But, yeah, I mean, he started going into comedy stuff. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, some of his comedy songs are pretty funny. But when you sit there running around dressed like Robin or dressed like Spock, it's kind of stupid. And then, like, one of his songs, Rockstar. Yeah, that's the one. Rockstar. Yeah, I got cats and dogs. I got, like, 5 dogs, 1 cat. Had 2, but 1 passed away last year. But yeah, he just broke into freaking comedy songs. Except for he did do a few serious ones afterwards, like I said, Lose Yourself. He did that one about his daughter Haley, which I thought was one of his best songs. He did the one that tribute to his friend from a former member of, G Unit or D12 or whatever it was. They had a beef, and then, the guy got killed, and then, Eminem sung that song. Alright, no problem. Yeah, I'm not good at it, but, heck, especially when I was a teenager, like I did a tribute to my friend Thomas Matlock at the beginning of the video, and me, him, and my other friend Thomas, which is my friend Gene's brother, as teenagers, we all tried to rap, and them two rapped pretty good, and I rapped like crap. I was a terrible rapper. I don't know if I could freestyle right off the bat. But, yeah. Yeah. I could do a goofy comedy song, or I could sing along to a song I know from another rapper I sing. Oh, by the way, it is, the 2nd of January. And I almost forgot to sing the song, but mostly because of the tribute to Thomas. But yeah. Wake up, it's the 1st of the month. Get up, it's the 1st of the month. Wake up. So there you go. That's a little bit of rap that I had to rap from a Bone Thug song. So, yeah. Yeah. Hello, David. Yeah. But, yeah, coming up with my own flow and freestyle, I'd probably be terrible. My son can rap pretty good. My favorite rapper, I love Tupac. I was a big Tupac fan. I love DMX, Master P, Mystical. There's a lot of rappers I love. I can't really say I had a favorite. Yeah. Biggie. Love it when you call me Big Papa. Yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Tupac. Yeah, Tupac's the man. He was a good rapper, well, great rapper, and a good actor. Unlike Master P. We all know how Master P's acting career went. I mean, heck. I love Master P as a rapper. He's great. He's like one of the best rappers ever. But his movies just suck. The only movie I liked of his was freaking I Got the Hookup. I did not see the sequel though. But his first movie, I mean, well, the first I Got the Hookup I liked mainly because of some of the other casts they had in it. Like they had Tom Tiny Lester, had Mystical in it, had a couple other actors in it that were pretty good actors. Martin Sheen was in that movie. I'm pretty sure people forgot that too. Martin Sheen was in that movie. But you know, movies like The Last Don and Hot Boys. And you know what? I liked the Hot Boys movie at first when I first saw it as a teenager, but then when I got older and watched it, I'm like, God, this movie sucks. Tupac movies, I can't say there was a Tupac movie that sucked because I love Juice. That's one of the best freaking movies ever. I thought he was awesome in Claudios D is clean, please. Claudios D5. There you go. But yeah. Juice is one of my favorite gangster movies out there. Or hood movie, whatever you want to call it. I thought that movie was great, especially the way how Tupac starts out. He's kind of nice. He's kind of a good guy and all that. Then at the end, he's just freaking batshit crazy, trying to kill all of his friends. Him and Omar Epps fights at the end. Hello, Cody. Him and Omar Epps start fighting at the end, and he beats him. And then, you know, the one guy says, "You got the juice now." And that's how the movie ends. It's also one of my favorite. Yeah, I was just watching WWE before I start this video. 3 hours SmackDown. Oh, boy. They should have kept it at 2 hours. But I guess that's until Braun Strowman's show comes back or they find something else that a WWE star could be. Claudios is Scott. Is tough. Yeah. But yeah, Juice great. I love his cameo in Nothing But Trouble because I love that movie. I know a lot of people hate on Nothing But Trouble. But I think it's a good movie. Let's see. But yeah, Tupac, man, he's the man. Great rapper. Good good movie star. My favorite wrestler, current or old? You know, for old, I'd probably go, even though I don't like the fact he turned out to be racist and that, you know, it's a tie between Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold. I also, old, I go Hulk Hogan because I grew up in the Hulkamania era. But I also love Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock in the Attitude Era. They were like awesome. But yeah, and like I said, I hate the fact Hogan was racist because, you know, I'm not that type of person. I don't think anybody should be that type of person, but that's how people are. Yeah, I like some R&B music. Just as long as it's not Usher. Oh, can't stand Usher. Yeah, I like The Undertaker too. He was awesome. Especially, I think Undertaker was at his best. I know a lot of people say the Ruthless Aggression time. I liked him best in the Attitude Era. I think that was his best time frame. From where he started to doing the corporate ministry stuff, then becoming the American Badass. And then, like, you know, I thought Attitude Era was peak Undertaker. Hello, AJ. AR June Benny. Hello. But, yeah, I think Undertaker was best in the Attitude Era. People say, well, Ruthless Aggression, because he wrestled better. I'm like, yeah, he was. He was awesome. And that's what I said. I know a lot of people hate the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. I thought the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker was like the coolest version of the Dark Undertaker. Yeah, my wife's watched it before. Thank you for the subscription, Cody. This the real Cody Rhodes? Maybe it is. See, I got the real Cody Rhodes. I didn't know Cody liked rap. But, yeah, he was married to Brandy, so I don't know. Yeah. Just say, oh, yeah, the real Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion. I'm going to watch Raw this Monday because I want to see Braun Breaker beat CM Punk. Because I've been plugging Braun Breaker for quite a while. I'm like, man, Braun Breaker's gonna be the next big thing because he's part of the Steiners and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm like, Braun Breaker finally gonna get his moment this Monday, and I'm gonna watch Raw this Monday. I ain't watched Raw in a while, especially since they moved to Netflix. But I'm watching it this Monday because I want to see Braun Breaker finally get his crowning moment. And I've been following Braun since he started in NXT all the way up to the main roster. So I've been a big Braun Breaker fan. I think his spear is like devastating looking. I'm from Kentucky. Yeah. That's a lot of people's time frame where they liked Undertaker was that time. But like I said, I loved him through the Attitude Era. I just thought he was menacing. I mean, because you look at the character in the early 90s, it was okay. It was kind of cartoonish. But then again, there was a lot of cartoonish stuff in the 90s in WWE. Until WCW became reality based. And, which AEW's tried that method. I just think they need to do a little bit better on some booking things and, get rid of all the frickin' titles they got. Quit making 10,000 hour pay-per-views. I don't think AEW or any company is going to get to the point where WCW got against WWE, though. I like AEW. I think it's good. I watch that every week, even Collision. But, yeah. Yeah, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's the man. Yeah, I think his career was ended too soon, man. Because, man, I'll tell you, after that, we got the John Cena run. I'm like, oh, boy. Thankfully, at the time when the John Cena run started, we had freaking Batista, too. So, and I was a bigger Batista fan than I was John Cena. Hello. But, yeah, I was a bigger Batista fan than I was John Cena. But, yeah. Anyway. Talk about Mystico. It started with Jive and then went to No Limit. And I think he was one of the best rappers they had on No Limit at the time they came around. I mean, and I love Mystico's CD Unpredictable. I know a lot of people don't care too much for that one. They like Ghetto Fabulous or whatever else he's done. But, I don't know. It's just something about Unpredictable. I just like 13 Years, good song. Dick on the Track's a good song. Love the freaking tribute he did to his sister at the end. What's your question? Go ahead, ask it. But, I think, and also Still Smoking. One version of Still Smoking because he's done like what, 2 or 3 different versions of Still Smoking on his album. On his albums. But, yeah. Honestly, in the 90s, No Limit had a lot of rappers that were pretty good. They had Youngblood, Fiend, VX, Mystical, Snoop Dogg. The shame Silk the Shocker wasn't that great. Well, I was watching their freaking $10 pay-per-views on Peacock, but they're no longer on there. They're on ESPN, so I just watch reviews of pay-per-views now. I ain't even been able to watch too many AEWs because, I got HBO Max, but then you also got to pay $39.99, and they take it out the same day, and I can't afford to. Yeah. If they were taking it out, at the end of the month or something, that'd be a different story, but, shoo. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool to see Zack Ryder back, and I'm glad they're calling him Matt Cardona, because the Zack Ryder character got buried in WWE by John Cena and a bunch of other, The Miz, all of them buried him. Oh, internet pay-per-views. I've never really I've never really watched internet pay-per-views, but yeah. Yeah, I was watching WWE when they were doing the thing on Peacock, and then before that, the WWE Network. Yep, I got a bunch of pets. 5 dogs, 1 cat. Well, I had 2, but 1 passed away last year. And she was the youngest one out of the 2, because the one that's still around is old. But yeah, so oh yeah, Mystical. Yeah, I think he fell off when he left No Limit. I think he should have stuck with No Limit because he was doing great with No Limit. Because before that, I don't think too many people knew who he was. Sure, some people did who liked him. But then after he left No Limit, it's kind of like, yeah. He kind of just disappeared off the face of the planet. He had the one album after that, which I think that's the one that has I'm on Fire, which I think that's a good Mystical song. Called Up People, I'm on fire. That's a pretty good song. Called Up People, I'm on fire. Anyway, so yeah. Now it's time to crown our king. Hello. This is the crown they will win. Yeah, so Shella. I do the honors of shaking it up and picking out the name and giving me the card. Or the paper. One fell out.
One?
Yeah, just one. Please don't let it be Rick Ross.
Don't let it be what?
As long as it's not Rick Ross.
Nope, you'll be very happy.
Alright, let's see. Actually, I was just talking about Mystical. I've shook it up. Mystical 1. I'll get that a little bit closer. My handwriting's not the best, but yeah. Mystical 1. But anyway, yeah. Interesting. All the names in there are Mystical. Hey. Mystical was pretty good, though. One of the best things about No Limit in the 90s. Him, Master P, and all that. You too. Anyway. So yeah, I guess our king of rap is Mystical. If y'all ain't happy with that, I'll have my wife shake up another one before I end the video, and we'll pick someone else. So yeah. I had like all the names. I got like the 100%. 100% votes. Hello. I picked all the ones that got like 30% votes. Hello. Picked all the ones that got 50% votes. Like Eminem and Snoop Dogg, they were 50-50. Ice-T and MC Hammer were 50-50. Yeah. But I guess our king of rap is Mystical. Like I said, if you guys ain't happy with that, I'll be happy to do a redo either tonight or do a redo next year. But anyway, so next week I'll be back full time on YouTube. I'll be back in the gym full time because I was only going once a week and doing cardio, except for yesterday. Me and my friend Gene, we went and worked out the biceps. It says 53 minutes and something. But, yeah. 53 minutes. Yeah. Except for yesterday, me and Gene went to Crunch with him because I usually go to Planet. But he's got that visitor pass, though. And then went and worked biceps and back. And did one trap workout. I'm like, I thought we were doing back and, biceps. It's like, nope, we're doing back and, well, we only did one trap workout. We did do back and bicep workouts after that. Yeah, be back at full time, be back on YouTube. I'll be doing my 2026 predictions. It's going to be a pretty long video. It's not going to be a live stream, but it's going to be pretty long. Usually the predictions are, I'll have 2026 predictions. One of my predictions already came true. The other part of that prediction did not come true yet. But I think it will happen, and I'll re-predict it on the video Monday. Then Wednesday, I am going to be doing a video talking about... What's that? Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. Action stars who I'm going to talk about all the big action stars and what I think their best movie is. That's just going to be my opinion of what I think's their best It's not going to be, it's going to be my opinion on what movies I think are the best ones. And then Friday, I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection for the Xbox One because I got it on Xbox Series, but my freaking controller is wonky for that one, so I'm going to be using my Xbox One. And then the week after that, I'll let you guys know next week and on my Facebook video and all that. But I want to thank everybody who joined. I want to thank everybody who liked the video. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel while watching this. And you guys let me know if you guys want to see a recount of the King of Rap for like next year or something. But anyway, I'll do it. Catch you guys later. And honestly, this is like probably the most hype I've put behind the video. Because I've been planning to do this video for a while. For quite a while, because I was a hip hop fan as a teenager, and then as I got older, I became a metal fan, mainly Korn, but yeah. But I still appreciate and like hip hop or rap, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, that'll do it. Catch you guys later, and see you guys later, and peace out. I'm gonna have to come up with a new closing thing for my thing too, because so many people say peace out now these days. But anyway, catch you guys later. Peace out.